Hey guys, welcome back to Hexagon Tutoring. This will be a continuation of the part 1, which was about variables and one-step equations. This video will be about two-step equations, which is a second level of the one-step equation, so it'll be like a little bit harder. Alright, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is actually learn how to solve the two-step equation. Here we have 2x plus 6 is equal to 12. So what you want to do is try to isolate x. So 6, subtract 6 on both sides, Bring 2x down. 2x is equal to 6. So as you can see here, x is currently not by itself, so we gotta continue isolating it. So the next step, what you want to do is divide 2 on both sides. X is equal to 3. And there we have it. X is equal to 3. Let me give you another example. 3x plus 6 is equal to 21. Subtract 6 on both sides because we're trying to get x by itself. Bring down the 3x. 21 minus 6 is 15. So we're trying to isolate x. So right now we're going to divide 3 on both sides. X will be equal to 5. If you want to check this, you could plug in 5 back inside the equation. I showed this last video if you want to check it out. 3 times 5 plus 6 is equal to 21. Let's see if that's valid. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 6. 15 plus 6 is 21. And 21 is equal to 21, so our answer is correct after all. Let me give you another example of this. 4 plus 10x is equal to 55. Subtract 4 on both sides. Bring down 10x. 55 minus 4 is 51. Now divide 10 on both sides. It looks like our answer is in fractional form because we can't simplify it further, but we can also turn it into decimal form. So that would be 5.1 in decimal form. If you want to check our answer, you could put fraction form or decimal form into the parentheses. So we have 4 plus 10 times 51 over 10 is equal to 55. See if that's correct. So 4 plus 10 times 51 is 510. So we can simplify this fraction right here to 51 because you cross out the zeros and it'll be 51 over 1, which is the same as 51. 4 plus 51 is equal to 55. 4 plus 51, 55. So our answer, 51 over 10, was correct. Alright, let me give you a more complex example. 3x plus 2 is equal to 4x plus 1. At first you might say it's different from what you've seen before, but trust me, it's basically the same thing I taught you before, but like there's an extra variable in the right side of the equation or the left side. You just gotta isolate x. So you can subtract 2 on both sides first. You can also subtract 4x on both sides, but I'm gonna do subtracting 2x on this example. So we have 3x is equal to 4x. Positive 1 minus 2 is negative 1, so 4x minus 1. Now you subtract 4x on both sides of the equation. Again, you could have done this for the first step, but I just subtracted 2 for the first step instead of subtracting 4x. So now we have negative x is equal to negative 1. Well, x is not completely isolated yet, as there is still a negative 1 in front, because this equation right here, negative x, is actually the same as negative 1 times x. So it's going to be like this. So we get isolated more by dividing both sides by negative 1, which will end up in x is equal to 1. And that will be our answer. Alright, let me give you another example. 5x plus 4 is equal to 7x plus 2. So let's subtract 5x on both sides because it seems kind of easier. We're now left with 4 is equal to 2x plus 2. What we want to do now is subtract 2 on both sides. Now we just gotta divide 2 on both sides to make x isolated. And x is equal to 1. Let's check if that's correct though. 5 times 1 plus 4 is equal to 7 times 1 plus 2. So let's try to figure out what the right side of the equation is. So 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is equal to 9. 5 times 1 plus 4 is also equal to 9, so 1 was right. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you learned something new, and happy studying.